What did you do?
Yeah, I
Come
mean,
to college to learn? Get out of here.
You came to college to check boxes and give us money.
Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it.
like technically, I could do it. I would just be paying and then not getting credit for it because I've already technically fulfilled similar credit. Like, I'm so mad though. They do like actual like reenactments of scenes and stuff in the class.
That rules. That's always
Mhm.
so fun when you get to be a little, you get to get a little silly with it.
I want to get a little silly with it.
Do you
Luke,
not
one of the
have like free slots in your major?
Um, I mean, it won't count for one of my elective slots. I don't think. I'll have to ask. I probably will have some like open classes. It's just annoying that I won't get another credit for it. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I'm talking to my major advisor already on Wednesday because I tested into German 104, which is really nice because that means I don't have to potentially take summer classes or an extra semester to fulfill the language requirement.
That's good.
that rules.
Hmm. Yeah, that also means I need to kind of rework the path I was going on because I was expecting to maybe test into 103 if I got lucky. I wasn't expecting to get into 104.
Hmm. I see, I see. Do you know what else you're not expecting, Caleb?
If you make me give the recap,
You're gonna do the recap.
didn't I do it last time?
No, that was Anna.
Was it?
Yep.
Was it?
It
No, that was
was
No, it
Caleb.
was Caleb.
That was
Because
Caleb.
we were making a joke about AI and we pivoted hard to Caleb.
Oh, did I not write you down then, Caleb? Hold on. 1,
100% it was
2,
Caleb
3,
last time.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, it was Caleb. You're gonna do it again though, Caleb.
Fuck you.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Do you
After
want,
Sunday too?
Mm-hmm.
do you want me to
Fine.
volunteer for you? Because I can. Because I love
I don't. No, it's fine.
you. Okay.
But I love you too.
I love you more than I hate doing the recap.
I don't hate it. I just feel bad because I feel like I take forever. But anyway, uh, once upon a time, Dr. Quasit turned everything square, and it was really bad. We kind of opened with the waves kind of like rushing out towards Lofalutin. The townsfolk were just kind of like going about their thing, pushing their wagons and carts, when suddenly everything turned square, and trade kind of literally ground to a halt. Um, then we kind of cut back to combat, where Dr. Quasit was ready to conquer 99% of the rest of the Skybound lands, aside from what he owned. Um, we continued through the combat. Some people did escape from their cubes. Some had more trouble than others, but eventually we did all get out of our cubes. Jericho kind of damaged the dish, disrupting it a little bit. Huaza was very angry about this and tried to repair it, but Anya used a curse on him, and he fell and hit the ground. Then Jericho and Anya together broke the dish. Was it teleported out after a little bit of a delay again? Um, let's see. We took care of the last cubes. They did kind of fuse into like a mega cube together at the end. Um, but we found out fire makes them explode really well. So between Destrana's pyromancy and Jericho shooting it with bullets, we took care of it. Um, let's see. After that, everyone was kind of like, "Oh shit, Destrana! I didn't know you have fire powers." And Destrana was like, "Yeah, I didn't know either." Um, and the others kind of offered to help her with her magic a bit later. Um, and then they went kind of up onto the machine to see if there's anything left behind. And Gwyn found out that a lot of the machinery there seemed to have been crafted by her mother. Um, After that, they all kind of like hopped to the ground and we regrouped. We went to Lofalutin. The townsfolk were very happy to see us, including a man who clocked Jericho with a brick. Um, it was a lovely gift. He makes very high quality bricks, it seemed like. Um, then we met up with Newton. Kind of asked how his visit with his family went, and he said it was good. They talked a lot about squares. He kind of directed us to the Lamplighter's Lodge where we could rest because we all looked like shit. So we went there. Townsfolk threw more things at us. Jericho collected like 30 gold from them and distributed it among us, I believe. And then we made it to the lodge. Jericho got an ice water so he could like hold the glass to his face. And we booked our rooms for the night, free of charge, because that's how the Lamplighter rolls. Anya and Jericho each got rooms to themselves, while Astrana, Gwyn, and Alfie bunked together. And they played some games. They tried to use a spirit board with the gibbet, but the gibbet didn't really take to that. Anya tried to get Maple to eat her fish. It was a very slow process because Maple didn't want Anya to look away from her at any point. Jericho went to like a communal bath to kind of like wash off, and found an alligator in one of the tubs. He tried to ignore it, but it just kept creeping closer, and eventually he realized it was not an alligator person. It was just straight up an alligator. So he tried to run, bumped into a hippo, and found out the alligator was named Princess and belonged to the hippo. So the hippo man collected the alligator. Jericho got to finish his bath in peace. Everyone wound down for bed. And in the morning, we found out the gibbet had eaten a massive hole in the floor, all the way down past the foundation, past the basement, past everything, and generated a mountain of blankets for Alfie. So Destrana was really worried about telling the clerics about it. The party was going to tell them after breakfast, but because Estrada was just very distressed over it, Jericho kind of gave up and went to one of the clerics to tell them we damaged the room. And he was like, "Oh, we'll have to look at it, but I'm sure it's fine." Maple ran away because she felt unloved, and Newton kind of came in around that moment and asked Jericho if he was good at. I believe it was. Was it finding or solving things?
I think
Finding things. Yep. Jericho was very excited by this, and Newton told us that a neighbor on his street was robbed. Was it Miss or Mrs. Pendergast?
Mrs. Pendergast.
Gotcha. A very important item had been taken from her, and Newton thought he knew just the people to help, so he came over to us. And apparently she'd used up sunlight woven into sugar for this, which is pretty rare. So we kind of marched off to go handle that. As we did, we passed by the room and saw some clerics gathered around the hole, just looking into it. And apparently the gibbet found a natural gas deposit while it was tunneling. Lestrana tried to give them 10 gold, but Jericho stopped her and gave them 25. We made our way out. Anya told Maple that if she was really, really good, she'd get some more nice scarves. Maple wasn't very happy about it, but agreed to play her stupid game. Alfie also kind of felt to chill, and kind of went to their necklace, where they realized that there was a very deep crack in the ball that was set within it. Seemed to have been exacerbated by the fight with the cubes, and they were unable to pull any magic from it. And that was where we ended.
And where we begin, Jamie, can you please increase your cold by 1? Jamie?
I was fucking muted. That's great and fine, and I'm sure it's gonna be completely fine and not bad, even a little bit at all. It's good, fine. Everything's good and fine.
Mm-hmm. Where we begin is a dark place. In the background, there is sounds of shifting and moving, constant work and action. A shadowy figure makes their way over to a large wall filled with blinking lights, gems, some of which that could fit in the size of a palm, having hundreds, if not thousands, of individual runes scrawled on them at a near microscopic level. They flip switches. They turn a knob. Crackling comes over the air, and a voice on the other side asks them to proceed. We have identified that Alfeka has awakened their power within Lo-Falutin. We have run tests on the area. They are in possession of the gibbet. This is troubling. Dispatch the retrievers. Take Alfeka alive. Kill the rest. And as we begin to pull out, we return in Lo-Falutin. As all of you continue to make your way down the street one bright morning on the 6th of Lioneer, is there anything you are doing or saying as you walk with Newton to go and meet Mrs. Pendergast?
Okay, Newton. Let's get some preliminaries taken care of. What was taken?
A pie.
Pie. What kind?
I don't know. It might have been a pecan pie or pecan. If you say pecan, I'm not gonna. I will judge you a little bit, Mr. Jericho.
I say pecan.
Okay, good. Boss, I say pecan.
That's fine. Newton, you mentioned something about sugar woven what?
With sunlight, Mr. Jericho.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, it's totally tippin'. It's like when you put sunlight in sugar.
Like the actual light into sugar.
Mm-hmm. And its warmth. And all the goodness that comes with it.
Oh, did she use this to make the pie?
Uh-huh.
And that's okay, gotcha. And that is a rare and valuable resource, and that's why she's so upset about losing the pie?
Uh-huh. I think so.
It.
She was really beat up about it.
I mean, I can completely understand where she's coming from. If I lost a pie, even if it wasn't magical or rare, I'd be pretty put out.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just taken?
Yeah, I think it was just taken this morning, Mr. Jericho. I mean, she's been working on it for the last 64 hours straight. So I don't think it was taken during that time.
Wow, 64 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Must be some pie.
Oh, yeah. She was really beat up about it.
I would guess. Anything else taken from the house?
No. Not that I know of.
Where was the pie when it was taken?
I don't know for sure.
Okay. That's fine. I'm probably going to ask her all these questions too. It's just nice to get a preliminary going. And she's your neighbor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here, right this way. And as you
Yes.
turn a corner, you can see just what appears to be a regular-looking street, Jericho. 2-story cottages on either side, with beautifully kept lawns, a cobblestone pathway running down the center of the road itself. You can see many people have small gardens in their front yard as songbirds flutter from house to house. It is idyllic, really. And as Newton walks down the street, he kind of turns and he points at a house, again, much like the others, with tulips outside, one open window at the front, and an otherwise unassuming visage. This is the house of Mrs. Pendergast.
All right. Let's go and ask some questions, see what we can find.
All right. And Newton will walk up with all of you and knock on the front door. You can see as the door opens and a badger woman steps out. Longer whiskers wrapped in a series of like scarves that go down her body. Her ears perk up a bit as she goes and she sees Newton. Oh, Newton, thank you for bringing them. Would you be the Tattercoat Knights?
That would be us?
Thank you for coming to my aid.
Oh, it's no problem.
Of course, ma'am. Jericho LaChance, private detective, at your service.
Thank you, Mr. LaChance.
May we come inside?
Yes, please. Would you like some tea?
That'd be lovely, thank you.
And
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
she wanders inside, making her way kind of to the kitchen. As you follow her, you can see like this small kitchen, maybe 200 square feet, loaded floor to ceiling with dirty pots and pans, bowls, empty bags of ingredients, and all different types of cooking implements that you've never seen before, Gwyn, but they are covered with batter and bits of smashed up fruit and things of that nature. But through it all, she kind of clears a spot for a kettle and puts it on. Sorry for the mess. Making a sunlight pie is a bit of a to-do.
Not at all. How long did it take you to bake this pie?
Oh, 71 hours.
71 hours, okay.
How do you make a sunlight pie?
Well, first you have to, of course, make the right lens for the sunlight to focus it, and then you have to give the right amount of prayers to the lamp lighter with a certain ritual. Then with the sugar, you have to refine it, so cook it down, cook it up, then add in the right amount of vanilla and other extracts to it so that the sunlight has something to spill into. And like she just keeps going and going. And just when you think the steps stop, Gwyn, they keep going. And they keep going. And you're like, oh, I see now why it would take so long to make a sunlight pie. Considering the actual getting the sunlight is about a 24-hour process. Then you need the right amount of different fruits so that the sunlight can permeate through the pie and this and that. The cook time is incredibly delicate, as if you don't keep a very stable temperature within kind of the heart of the pie, the sunlight will burst out and leave very violently in some cases. But that's only if you do it really wrong. You must understand, though, it was a labor of love. My niece has been feeling rather ill for the last few weeks. Oh, poor girl can't get a good night's sleep. I was hoping that I could make the sunlight pie to cheer her up, bring her back to good health. has many medicinal qualities.
It does sound like quite the special pie.
It's a very
Where was-
special pie.
Where was it when you saw it last?
I just put it up on that windowsill to cool at sunrise, and then I just went to tidy up my bed and get a few things done. I wasn't gone but longer than 5-10 minutes. When I came back, the pie was gone.
What was the filling of this particular pie?
Rhubarb, apple, peach, pecan. We had bits of meat inside as well, with some peas and carrots.
Ah, an everything pie.
Oh, well, I left out the pickles.
Right. Must be a delicacy here.
It's
Pie.
very good.
Did you tell anyone you were making it?
No, I was gonna surprise my niece.
Does a sunlight-infused pie have any obvious differentiation? Does it look different, smell different?
It glows.
Glows, okay, yeah, that would count.
Because of the sunlight.
I would figure.
Oh, yes, of course, Mr. Tattercoat.
I apologize if that was curt. Okay.
Sounds quite miraculous. I've never heard of a glowing pie.
Oh, well, have you had firefly pie?
No, I have not.
Oh, that glows too, but not nearly as brightly. And it more flickers. On account of the fireflies.
I would imagine a firefly pie would be a bit more of a demure kind of light.
Mm-hmm.
How long does that take to make?
Oh, 30 minutes.
Oh, cool. What's the recipe for that one?
Gives a regular pie recipe with fireflies.
I think Estrada's genuinely excited about making this later.
So it was sitting on that windowsill over there? The one that's
Yes.
still open?
It was.
Okay.
And, Mr. Jericho, I don't mean to be casting aspersions, but, well, something in my guts tells me it was the neighborhood kids that took my pie. They're always up to mischief, playing pranks and things like that. Now, they're usually just a nuisance, but, I think they might have crossed a line this time.
Well, I will do my best to find out for you. I have one more question right now. You said it has many medicinal purposes. Could you offer a short list of what might be included in that?
Sure. So, with this pie itself, it can help clear up the lungs, drive away nightmares, ease anxiety. It also helps to regulate good digestion.
Okay.
A lot of the general medicinal values of sunlight also come along with it. It refreshes you in a way. I also I don't know if this will help you at all, but I once heard of an uncle who ate so much sunlight pie, his fur turned very, very white, as if it was bleached by the sun.
Wow.
All right. I would like to go over to the windowsill.
All right, you can head over to the windowsill.
Anything left? Any crumbs, spilled interior, anything?
Make a physical check at benefit 1.
Okay. That's a 1.
A 1. as you look over, there are a few tiny crumbs on the windowsill that give a little bit of a sparkle. And as you kind of pick them up, you notice that this windowsill at places is a little bit dirty. In fact, there is some thick black dirt in spots on the windowsill, like very nutrient rich. As you look out, Jericho, it doesn't seem to be the same type of dirt found in the road.
Would it match what's in the sort of lawn gardens?
Looking at the lawn gardens, make a mental check.
Nothing.
I mean, both are blacker, more nutrient-rich dirt, so there's a possibility.
Okay.
You said you had a suspicion it was the neighborhood kids. Do you have the names of those kids? Perhaps?
Well, they all go in and out. Gerald is the leader of them. They often go up and play in his tree house nearby. But also, Joan and Aldo are always up to trouble with Gerald.
I would like to peek over the windowsill, see if I can see any footprints.
Footprints. You can see footprints. You see, kind of looking down, actually in the dirt, kind of going up to the windowsill, these heavy, what appear to be boot prints that lead up and then seem to lead out and away.
Okay. Are they large, like adult size, as far as I can tell?
They seem adult-sized, yeah.
Okay.
Point us over in the direction of the treehouse that those kids hang out by.
Sorry, what are you doing?
I was asking her if she can point us in the direction of the treehouse she said the kids hang out by.
Oh, it's right over there in that backyard. And she points about 4 or 5 houses down on her side
Okay.
of the street.
Are the boot prints the only footprints, or are they just the most obvious?
Those are the only footprints that you can make out.
Okay.
That wasn't an accident. You said that the kids often play pranks on you. What kind of pranks have they done before?
Oh, well, one time I was walking home and I noticed that my door, it was a different color. They painted it to look exactly like it was the inside of my hallway. So when I came back, I thought my door was open. I was so scared, I ran forward because I thought I had been robbed, and I ran face first into the paint.
No,
That is a very specific prank.
Yes.
that's awful.
Oh, then at one time, I was walking out on my way to work, and they had covered over one of the stones on my walkway there with plaster and had dug a 20-foot hole. I stepped on the stone and I fell into the hole. At the bottom of the hole, there were balloons filled with fart gas.
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't hurt, but I smelled rancid for days.
And you think because they've been pulling all these pranks on you, they would steal your pie?
I do, yes.
She thinks the pie is what put them over the edge? This seems already like a lot. Ma'am, looking outside your window, I'm seeing a set of what seem to be adult-size heavy boot prints. Any one of your neighbors, I don't know, have a penchant for wearing Like heavy boots?
Heavy boots.
Or, I don't know, do you perhaps have a gardener that you hire in, or anything of that nature?
No gardener. A few people, of course, work in the fields and do some hard labor.
Alright. When you put your pie out, were any of your neighbors working in their yards, or observe you put it out, or anything of that sort?
I don't know. I was distraught. I called out to people and I asked if anyone had taken the pie, and I saw a dear Newton passing by, and he came running up, and I asked him, and he said no, and he volunteered that he knew the Tattercoat Knights and that you all might be able to help.
We will do our best, ma'am.
You mentioned that this pie has medicinal properties. Is there anyone in town who might be sick or have a family member who is sick?
Me?
Aside from you, ma'am.
Oh, I don't know for sure, to be quite honest.
Alright, that's fine.
I mean, I would have made another for someone if they asked. Come to think of it, I did know that one of the merchants who is based here in the area, his name is Kirval. He hasn't been seen in quite some time. He might be a bit ill. But then again, he just might be out trading, doing merchant things. I mean,
Does Kierval live in the neighborhood, or does he just have a storefront?
Just a storefront on the other side of Lowfalutin.
Okay. Got it. Does he have family, or is he solo?
I believe he's solo.
Any employees that help him run the store?
Not that I know of. He's a one-man band.
Got it.
Has his store been closed all this time? He hasn't been seen, I presume.
It has been closed, yes.
Does he sell anything in particular?
All types of goods. Mainly since he's here, he goes and gets different seeds, and farming equipment, tools, that kind of thing. Sometimes he'll sell livestock.
Right.
Let me just double check. Does this help at all with healing injuries, or is it mostly ailments?
Mostly ailments, but I think it could probably speed up the healing of an injury.
Alright.
I mean, I've heard that it gives great heroes a particular edge for a while. Oh, maybe I'll have to make you one eventually at Tattercoat Knights. I've heard that the sunlight really helps to make your muscles strong. For some reason, the bodies of heroes can take in the sunlight better than most.
Well, that would be lovely, ma'am, but I'd hate to have to make you go under another 64-hour baking process.
Plus, we should...
At 71.
Yes, we should focus on finding the one you've lost first before we think about making another.
Oh, yes. Would you mind if I went and I got some sleep, just for the time being? I'm a little drowsy.
My God,
Not at
yes,
all,
of
ma'am.
course.
Oh, thank you. Please, if you know anything, you can let yourselves in. My house is your house.
Thank you, ma'am.
And Mrs. Pendergast is going to go and get some much-needed sleep.
Astrana, for the record, I know she said 71. I said 64 because it's what Newton told us, and I wanted her to correct me.
Oh. Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Hey, Newton.
Yeah?
Just to check, does she live with anybody? Is there a Mr. Pendergast?
Oh, yeah, there's Mr. Pendergast.
Okay, is he around?
I think he's probably at work.
Okay. Do you know where he works?
I think he works at the mail office.
Mr. Pendergast is a mailman. Okay. Trying to get comprehensive list going. All right, where do we want to start? Seems like the neighborhood kids are the closest. So do you want to go with that?
Yeah, I think they'd be a good place to start, especially if they've been at her for a while.
Yeah. Also,
How sorry, how far did the footprints go?
You didn't see their end so far.
yeah.
We could try following the footprints first.
We could. Yeah.
That's true.
Looking in, if we leave the house and look in the direction she pointed for the tree house, does the tree house have line of sight to the door?
Line of sight to the door? No.
Okay. Or the window. I figured it'd be the same, but
Line of sight to the window? No.
okay. All right. Then let's try. Well, first of all, I will pull out Piero.
Okay. Hey, boss.
And okay, hey buddy. All right. As per usual, take a sniff of these crumbs here,
Yeah, boss.
and if you catch a whiff and of anything close to it, you let me know.
He gives a salute. You got it, boss.
All right. You're gonna take your whiff and then set up on my shoulder.
And he'll take a whiff and then get up on the shoulder. All right, boss, I got it. And then he's going to take a crumb and start eating it.
Well, from what she said, that can only help. I mean, he has pure white fur, anyways. It's not going to change anything. And I will go around to the window, careful not to disturb any of the existing footprints, and try to follow them.
Gotcha. And I'm assuming, are the rest of you trying to follow the footprints with Jericho?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That is correct.
All right. Then you go and you begin to follow the footprints. They cut across the street at an angle, and you go to kind of a house catty corner from Mrs. Pendergast's, and you can see they stop at a tree, Jericho. It looks like there is some damage to the outside bark, as if someone or something climbed the tree.
All right, who feels like climbing a tree?
I'll do it.
Thank you. Go in. Would you mind
I'll,
just... Yep.
I'll climb the tree and see if I can see anything still in the tree.
All right, go ahead and make a physical check.
Okay. Two successes.
2 successes. Then you pull your way up into the tree, looking about. On one of the branches, you actually do find what appears to be some more thick black dirt. Like it was left from like someone climbing, gotten shaken off as you're proceeding up the tree. Looking around, though, don't find anything else, as this tree is adjacent to a few others, as now many trees are growing up and over this road here. Lots of shade cover. Like, it's not just like pure cobblestone and like dirt road for as far as the eye can see in this town.
Are the trees big enough and close enough that someone might have been moving through the trees?
Yeah, that seems possible.
Does it look like they might be disturbed in a way that might have happened, or can I not tell?
Can't really tell that.
Okay, fair enough. I'll call down to Jericho that there's more of that black dirt up here.
Okay. Are there any rooftops that are nearby that someone could theoretically leap to, or is it just trees that are nearby?
Theoretically, yeah, there are rooftops nearby that could be leapt on.
The damage to the bark, can we tell, like, maybe what kind of animal, like claws or whatever, made it?
Make a mental check.
Okay. Would farmer's wisdom apply?
Would, yeah.
Okay, you said mental, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Good lord. I'll burn 2 hero points. One success.
One, it doesn't seem like claws necessarily were used to cause this damage, but then it looks like at odd angles something poked into the bark. Like the tree was stabbed by something. It is irregular, though, with sometimes like 10 to 12 foot jumps between, like individual or sometimes like these clustering of like pokes and damage into the actual tree itself.
You all think it would be racist to assume it was a flying squirrel?
Maybe?
Meh.
I don't know. Hi, Gibby.
Meh.
Gibby
I'll give
was
him a
with
pat.
us during the time of the robbery, right?
We were asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
if
were
it
sleeping.
happened last night, he was digging a
Well,
hole in the ground.
It happened this morning.
Newton told us last night. She told us this morning. No, sorry. Newton said this morning earlier, but he said both.
It happened this morning.
Yeah.
Real quick, looking from still up in the tree at like the rooftops around, can I see if there's any like either disturbances on the rooftops, any more black dirt up there, any footprints of any kind?
Make a physical check.
Okay. One success.
One success. Looking around, you can see that, like, the next set of rooftops over at kind of a neighboring street, there does seem to be a point where some shingles might have fallen off the roof.
All right. I'm gonna point that out to Jericho and shout down. He might have gone up that rooftop there.
How close together are the houses on this street?
I mean, like, they're separated by a good, like, on this particular street, like, across the way, it's a good 60, 70 feet between the houses on the actual side of the street. Again, like, it's gonna be about 100 feet.
It kind of seems like from all the different marks, maybe it was a couple different people.
What do you mean?
Like she'll kind of point out how some points look like they were stabbed in. There are some gaps. Other times there's like more like clusters. I don't know. Maybe one person stole it and met up with other people at this tree.
Possible, but until we get a look at our suspects, I don't want to call it that. I'm not the most well versed in animal behavior. I don't know if there's an animal that just does that. Like, I don't know, maybe we're looking for a woodpecker. Looking at the house that has the tiles that fell off, going around it, are there any more? Or just the ones facing the tree?
Not that Gwyn would be able to see.
I mean, I would like to walk around the house and see if there are any on the ground.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Is it close enough that I could get to that rooftop from the tree?
Potentially.
I'm gonna try.
All right, then go ahead and make a physical check.
Okay. Can I argue for navigator?
No.
Okay. I figured probably not. 3 successes.
3 successes. Then as you launch yourself, you land on top of the house and, like, one of your heels goes partially through the roof as you feel yourself momentarily sink as you grab onto the chimney. You are very strong now that you are an Aether Soul Gwyn. So you rip a few bricks out of the chimney as you like get yourself stable, spreading your weight out upon the house. But you made it. You made the jump.
Made it. Does there appear to be any more of that black dirt up here?
Looking about, like at the place where some of the shingles fell off, yeah, you can see little bits of black dirt here.
There any more disturbances on the roof that I can see from up here? Like any more shingles that are out of place? Or any sort of trail leading anywhere?
Not that you can see, no.
Okay.
Check the rim of the chimney. Check the rim of the chimney.
Oh, I'll check the rim of the chimney and see if there's any more black dirt or disturbances.
Only the disturbances you made.
It's only the new ones, yeah. Alright, then I'll call down to Jericho. Looks like nothing else that I can see up here.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, how close is this to the house with the treehouse in it?
I mean, this is the other side of the street, like 5 houses down.
Okay. So far.
Pretty far, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Well, the primary trail's gone a bit cold. We could ask the owner of this house if they've seen anything.
Or heard anyone walking on their roof.
Yeah. I'd like to go up to the door and knock.
Sure.
I'm dumbing down from the roof.
Yeah. So you go ahead, head up to the door and knock. The door opens and you can see what appears to be like a a bat-like individual, wings kind of tucked in at their sides, kind of shamble out. Oh, what are you doing? It's the middle of the night.
My apologies. There was a incident earlier this morning, and I would like to ask if you've heard any disturbances on your roof in the past, say, few hours.
On my roof? Oh, honestly not. I've had a long day yesterday, so I'll be honest, I kind of hit the bottle a little bit, so wasn't fully in my right mind. I'm still a little bit drunk, if I'm being a little honest.
All right. Just thought I'd ask,
Yeah.
checking to see what details I can assemble. Thank you very much.
Why are there... Sir, are there ghosts on the loose in our town?
Not that I'm aware of.
Ooh. Okay, just keep an eye out. The ghosts have been active.
Will do, sir. I will be sure to keep a lookout. I apologize for disturbing your rest.
Okay. Are you all the Tattercoat Knights?
Yes.
Would indeed be us,
Can I get an autograph?
of course.
I guess.
Sure.
You'll kind of reach in
Absolutely.
and pull out just like a random pillow from a couch and like pass it to you.
Sign it.
Oh my god.
Can we have your name?
Oh, yes, Lenny.
To Lenny. Sign.
And he'll take the pillow and thank you, and Lenny will wander back
Oh.
inside.
I'm gonna sign it too.
Oh, no,
Sorry,
yeah,
I thought
he's
we were
waiting for
passing it
everyone.
around.
Yeah, everyone signed.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Oh,
write a
Anya
cute
was-
little note.
Okay, what's the
Anya
note?
was good.
Keep up the good fight.
Oh my god. Okay.
In
Anya
regards to the ghosts or the alcohol?
Oh no! Wait a second.
Anyways, Anya was gonna whip out a needle and thread and quickly just embroider her name on. Just quick and dirty. ANJ.
Gotcha.
She has to stop and rip out the stitches.
He'll just gotta wait there patiently then as you're just embroidering.
She goes quick, this is her job.
How quickly do you think a person can embroider?
It's all caps and probably really pointy.
Yes.
Probably not more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
5 minutes is a long time.
It's okay. It's
We interrupted him mid-sleep. This is probably the pillow he was using.
art cannot be rushed.
That eventually he'll take the pillow and Lenny will wander back in.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Okay. Treehouse?
Hmm.
Treehouse.
Gotcha then. You guys are headed to the treehouse then, right?
Yes.
Alfie, go ahead and make a physical check.
Oh no. I can do that. That is gonna be... Two successes.
2 successes. As you're walking, you see something dash out of the corner of your eye, and running in between, like, bushes, kind of to your front and to the left, there is, like, a pink herding dog. And it's just, like, dashing away.
I will point it out very quickly, kind of grabbing the nearest person. There, look at that.
And you, like, the nearest person doesn't catch it, but you see it, Alfie.
This way. Ed, can I chase after it?
Sure, you could, all of you just watch Alfie go running.
What? What?
So-
What?
I'll start running after Alfie.
Yeah, I'll
Where
run
are you
after
going?
them.
Yeah.
Can I eventually catch up to it? Am I lucky enough to do that?
No, not even
Ah!
close.
What? What? What?
There was something dashing through those bushes.
What?
It's gone now. Some kind of pink herding dog.
Okay.
It ran off that way, but I wasn't able to catch it.
I didn't think dogs came in that color.
Was it wearing boots?
Could I see if it was wearing boots, Colin?
Make a mental check. If you
Okay.
remember.
One success.
You don't think it was wearing boots, no.
I don't think it was wearing boots, no.
Okay. Why'd you stop chasing it?
But did you say start or stop?
Start.
It looked suspicious.
Well, yeah, but you're gonna spook it like that.
It was already running.
You can't say it looks suspicious just because it's pink.
I didn't say that. I said that because it was running. Away. Hidden.
Dogs like to run?
Hiding in the bushes.
Yeah, dogs like to do that too.
Okay. To the treehouse then. But
Well,
if it
keep
turns
an
out
eye
to be
out for
that
any pink
dog,
dogs.
All right.
Treehouse, yeah.
Wait, this is important. Was it a regular looking dog? Or was it like a weird anthropomorphic dog?
It was like a regular looking herding dog.
Okay, thank you. I was just curious given the nature of our surroundings.
Mm-hmm. No,
You're imagining yourself just chasing after some guy like it's
Some
really
guy,
popular.
yeah.
just some pink guy running. You're like, stop him!
Sir, stop! Police!
Granted,
Investigation!
I will grant that if it was just a guy who was darting between a bunch of bushes and sprinting away from us, then, yeah, sure, I would have a bit more concern. But
No, this looked to be just
yeah,
a dog running full bore. But
Wait, shit, now it's a boar?
Good Lord Almighty.
going to the
Ew.
treehouse house.
mhm. As you make your way to that house, as you kind of get in front of it, you can see there are a few trees rising up from the back of this house, and tucked into one is, this small tree house in kind of a Y branch pattern in the tree. There is like a sign that hangs above it that says, "Strangers, keep out," and what seems to be like a rope ladder that's pulled up.
Maybe instead
Can
of talking to the kids, we should talk to their parents first.
what I was about to suggest, yes, I was gonna go knock on the door. The house.
Gotcha. Then you go knock on the door.
Mhm.
No one answers.
Knock again. Excuse me?
No one answers.
Does it seem
Alright.
like there's any kind of activity inside? Or are the curtains like drawn?
The curtains are drawn.
Okay. Hmm. Maybe their parents are working?
Maybe. I look around the house and at the base of the tree that the tree house is in. Does any of that seem to have soil that would match?
Looking around, like you check kind of like the garden and stuff like that. Like this garden seems to be fairly well tended to, but like you saw like this very rich like black dirt. This soil, while nutrient rich and full of fertilizer, isn't to like that quality of nutrients and like nitrogen content.
Sure. Okay, go to the base of the treehouse again.
Okay. As you go to the base of the treehouse, you would see, though, Jericho, there are splotches of pink all around the base of the tree.
Did
Do you
these
think they
kids
painted the
paint
dog?
They paint that poor dog.
Excuse me, denizens of the treehouse.
You see what appears to be like this small, like, fox kid, like, pokes his head out. Who the fuck are you?
Wow. Okay.
Ew! What's wrong with your face?
We're the Tattercoat Knights.
Yeah, that.
Hey! Hey, Aldo! The Tattercoat Knights are here! Tell them they look ugly! Hey, you look ugly!
Okay.
What do you want?
Did you paint the dog?
Yeah, we did!
Okay.
That's freaked out. Oh my god.
Did you see him?
I did not, but wait, no, it happened.
Did you see the frog we tied to it?
What?
Yeah!
Oh my god.
He was talking to us. So we said, guys, what if we tied him to a dog? And we did. It's been a crazy morning. A lot of weird stuff was happening.
Oh yeah, what else?
Oh, we saw a deer just kind of roll up. It grabbed a pie with its hooves, and it ran up a tree. It was crazy.
A deer grabbed a pie with its hooves and ran up a tree.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see where it
Can
went?
I inside check that?
Sure, make a
Right.
spirit check.
I'll spend a hero point on that. 1 success.
One success. I mean, these kids are pretty crazy. They don't seem like they're lying, but they could. Like, these kids are fucking wild.
Did you happen to see where the deer went after it went in the tree?
Hold on. You can see the fox kid, like, pokes his head back into the treehouse. He pokes his head back out again. Maybe. What do you give us for it?
What do you want?
What you got?
I've got a couple rocks.
We got rocks. Rocks are on
but
the
you have
ground.
cool rocks.
I think I'll lean over to Jericho, or actually to Gwen, and whisper, maybe you can offer them that cigarette I gave you.
I'm not gonna offer a cigarette
No,
to these kids.
baby does not need
Because I
smoke.
know they'd smoke it. And I'm not doing that.
Maybe they'll fight over which one of them smokes it, and then they'll drop it or something?
We are not giving children cigarettes.
And kind of like smack a straw on his shoulder lightly.
Hey, it was just an idea.
Maybe they'd
Can I-
like that hourglass you got last night from the Gibbet.
I don't want them to have the hourglass.
That's fair.
May I learn the emotional state of this fox child?
Yeah, this fox child is full of unbridled mischief.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You are blinded by his mischief aura.
He has the
Just
emotional
get hit with
state
pure waves of it.
little shit.
So
God, if Eva had met him.
I think we need to find something that is quite fun and engaging, but not dangerous.
Do you want money?
Sure. How much you got?
Great idea.
5 gold.
Yeah, sold.
All right, where'd the deer go?
Give us the money.
You give me where the deer went first.
No, you give me the money.
Nope.
Yes.
There's only one way this deal works, kid. And that's if you tell me where the deer went first.
I'm not that dumb.
Well, how about you do?
I'm not saying you're dumb, because I'm gonna give it to you if you actually give me the right information.
I don't trust you at all.
Wait, Jericho.
What?
What if you gave him 2 gold now, and then when he gave you the rest of the information, you'll give him the rest of the gold?
But then, if he doesn't give us information, he gets 2 gold.
I will pay back Jericho for the 2 gold if he has.
Does that sound fair, kid?
I don't. What are you saying down there?
2 gold now, 3 when you give us the location.
Sure.
He's not
All
going
right.
to give us the location.
Shut up, Alfie.
Toss it up.
What? Okay, how? Do you have like a bucket or something?
You can throw 2 gold coins. Are you that much of a weak ass?
Oh, fine. You want me? No. Breathe, Jericho. Breathe.
Hit him in the face. Hit him in the
Focus.
face.
Oh, Jericho.
Yeah, hit him in
That's
the
a
face.
shooting character.
He's a child.
Hit him in the face.
Breathe,
He's a
Jericho.
child.
Breathe. I pass up 2 gold.
You throw him up and see, like, the kid will take him and, like, will put him down. Do you have a disease? Just a question.
No.
Okay, good. I didn't know a person that old could have a pimple. I just wanted to, make sure it wasn't contagious. He takes the gold
Deer.
and pockets it. Deer? Oh, yeah. Went up the tree, and then, I jumped on the house over there, and then it started hopping from, like, tree to tree, and then I heard some dude scream, and, like, that was a little crazy.
Direction?
Like, it went that way. He points to the direction of one of the houses. But then Jones said it started making its way towards the outskirts of town. That way. He kind of points, kind of more in the western direction.
So it went that way. Going to the outskirts direction.
I'm making sure you get your 5 gold worth, mister.
I'm casting Inquisitor. Is this the truth?
Yes, it is the truth.
Fine.
And the entire
Here.
time it was holding the pie with its hands?
Yeah.
Hoofs?
Well, it was
Oops.
bumping its head a lot on things. It seemed like it was really not having a good time.
Okay, legitimately, one of the things that makes me, like, the most nervous in the world is chronic wasting disease in deers, so this is not a good visual.
I throw up 3 gold. Here.
Ooh, nice. You hear one kid's voice go, "We should buy fireworks with this." And you can see the fox kid goes, "Yeah, all right." Hey, you want any
No
more
property
information?
damage as I walk away. What else do you got?
Frog talked to us.
Did it say anything important?
Help! I was turned into a frog by a witch. Help me!
Dick
Is this the
kids.
frog that you tied to that dog? Do you know whose dog you painted?
No. We just saw a dog and we're like, oh my gosh, what if we put a frog on it? And what if it was pink?
Did you drag the dog up there and do that, or did you just?
Do we seem like monsters to you? No, we painted it down there. We just finished the
Jericho,
second coat
like-
when we saw the deer.
Second coat. Jericho opens his mouth to speak
These
and then
children need a better
shuts his mouth and turns around and starts walking in the direction they pointed the deer had gone.
Thank you for the information.
Don't
Don't
thank
burn
them.
anything down. I will thank them if I please. We solicited information from children. I will thank them.
wonder what their parents are like. My mom would have never let me talk like that.
My guess, they work a lot.
Hmm.
Um,
Weird.
anyway, I start walking in the direction they pointed us in.
Okay. I
I'm gonna
mean,
keep an eye out for that dog as we go.
okay.
Or the cries of what sounds like a frog.
Yeah, that too.
What sounds like a frog. Okay.
I don't know if it has a bit of a ribbity sort of tenor to it. I don't know.
They sound like they have a frog in their throat.
Oh,
Hey.
God. I knew it was gonna be said as soon as I said my thing.
I'll also be keeping an eye out for a deer or a dog or a frog.
A deer, dog, or frog. All right, all of you make physical checks then.
Do I get farmer's wisdom?
No.
Boo.
3 successes.
Oh my.
Do I get farmer's wisdom?
No.
I don't have it, but
Do I
like,
get farmer's
could I
wisdom?
anyway?
I think Jericho should get farmer's wisdom.
So yeah, my character has never been on a farm until going to the Skybound lands. Does she have farmer's wisdom?
I am the opposite of a farmer.
But do you get farmer's wisdom for it though?
No. No farmer's
This
wisdom.
is the first. This is the first time I've left the city in my life.
Yeah, but what if you're half farmer?
Oh.
Can I argue for please, pretty please?
I mean, you could argue for it. Doesn't mean that's going to be a winning argument.
That is one success for me.
Yeah. Then, as all of you are walking, just with a direction to go off of, not much to see. However, as you start getting more towards kind of like the outskirts, you, Gwyn, look up in a tree and you just see like a snapped off antler, like stuck in a branch.
I'll stop us and point that out. It looks
Okay.
like he was through here, up in the trees.
Seems like it. Pierre, are we getting any wefts yet?
Wait a minute, boss. I smell a chrome.
Okay. Which way?
Up, I think.
Look up.
It's still the tree there. He just smells a crumb coming from that general direction.
Is it in this tree or is it just up in the canopy line?
I think it's up in the tree.
I'm
Gwen,
gonna
would
start
you mind?
climbing the tree again.
Yes, thank you.
Gotcha. You climb a tree, as you kind of go up. Yeah, around where the antler is hanging, there is some like crumbs there.
All right. Is there anything else in the tree, or does it look like he might have been going from tree to tree? Can I tell, like, if there's a direction he's moving?
Well, as you look around, first thing you would notice is that the base of the antler where it snapped off is hollow. It's definitely not bone. In fact, it looks more paper mache in its construction. Doesn't look like a real deer did this.
All right. I'm gonna pick up the antler before I go down and show that it's like hollow and not a real antler.
Okay.
So might not be a deer person we're looking for.
I have two ideas. I think probably maybe the more likely one is that someone was trying to frame a deer they know. The other one, I mean, it would be kind of cool. If maybe there's another person like us and they dressed like an animal to blend in.
Oh, could it be your mom,
Maybe.
Gwen?
Oh,
No,
what?
she wouldn't steal a pie. That's stupid.
What did you say?
Oh, oh, could it have been your mother, your creator?
Who
Oh.
stole?
It's, yeah,
I don't
probably
think
not a
that
good idea.
she would do this.
They also said that whoever stole it with hooves. That could be fake hooves. That seems like it would be
Could be.
not helpful when trying to steal something.
Yeah. We may need to ask if there are any deer in town.
Hmm. I'm gonna just sort of walk a little bit in this same direction, not super far, but just a little bit, and see if Piero picks up any more sense.
Gotcha. Make a physical check at benefit 1.
Cool. 2 successes.
Okay. As you're walking along, Piero kind of stops you. I'm getting something faint, boss. As you look around, you see kind of at the corner of the street there is like a heavy boot print, seemingly like slinking closer to the houses. You're on the trail, Jericho.
See if I can follow these boot prints any further.
All right. And are you guys following Jericho, who's following the footprints of perhaps a deer, perhaps not a deer?
Yep.
Correct.
All right. Then, as you begin to follow the boot prints, Jericho, they kind of snake through. You go ahead and track it for maybe like 30 minutes. As sometimes you lose the trail, you and Piero have to pick it up again. You actually begin to head a little bit outside of Lowfalutin. As you come to the edge of a cemetery, a graveyard.
Does the dirt match?
As you look like you're at the outside of it, as this graveyard seems to have like this constant mist that hangs over it. You could try and dig up some dirt, Alfie, if you want.
Very far away from the graves, yes.
Very,
So I'm not accused of grave robbing.
very far away from the graves. That looks like regular dirt.
Okay, fine.
Is there
we'll get a
like
little bit
grass
closer
cover?
to the graves?
Is it super grassy here?
There is some grass. There's a lot of moss and clover and fungus over the ground.
Okay.
Close to the graves, Alfie, it gets a little bit darker. The ground and the grass given more nutrients.
Are the prints still there, or have they gone?
They are lost in the mist at this point.
Gotcha. And Piero can't keep smelling it.
It's like you go in, Piero just kind of looks to you and shrugs. I mean, there's a lot of sense in there, boss. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, well, virtual highway of smells.
Do they else? Are these smells that you would associate with a cemetery, or are we talking other pies?
Boss, I don't associate mustard with a cemetery. I associate that with a ball game.
Mustard. Okay.
Yeah, boss, mustard. What is that? Oakwood varnish? That's strange. Boss, I'm picking up some acrylic paint.
Acrylic paint?
Crafts like the paper mache antler.
A little bit, but it's like stronger. Lots of oils and yeah, incense, and there's a lot going on here, boss.
In his head, Jericho is just like, maybe Lenny was right. Maybe there's ghosts setting up a picnic in the graveyard, and they needed a pie.
I mean, they said that it cures a lot of things. Maybe death?
I don't think death.
No, I don't.
Maybe they just wanted the sunlight. I mean, it's really misty here, right? It's probably hard for them to get that.
I think we are assuming that dead people stole it way too quickly.
I
Not
was
that I don't
happy.
think maybe the dead people stole it, but maybe someone stole it for the dead people.
Piero, are these smells just everywhere, or are they a certain direction?
Yeah, I mean they go deeper in, boss, but it's hard to figure out where exactly. Other than it's just more in there.
Okay. I start walking into the graveyard.
I
Gotcha.
follow.
Strana will follow. I think she's kind of taking on a bit more of a somber, less bouncy air than everyone typically sees her with. She's trying to treat this area with respect.
Mm-hmm. Then, what would Astrana's reaction be when you would hear a voice call out over the mist, "Help me! Help me!"
I think she kind of bounces on her heels a little uncertainly, but she would go darting off in that direction, trying to be careful not to step on any like of the graves or anything, but she is very concerned about the person.
Mm-hmm.
Follow her.
Yeah, I'm following Astrona.
Astrana, make a physical check.
Hero points. One success.
Then, as you go ahead and go deeper in, there are points where you are a little bit lost. Like an hour goes by as you still hear the calling, but it gets less frequent and fainter. And eventually, though, you kind of pick up the call just right, Astrana. And you make your way through the mist, and there is a plot of a few graves, and you can see one Astrana just with this basic gravestone, no markings or anything, but fresh black dirt there. And you hear from beneath it, "Help me, please."
Oh. Darn it. Then she'll dig it up.
Right, Astrana's gonna start to dig up the grave. What are the rest of you doing?
Are we all also hearing the help me?
Yes.
Oh, then helping.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna help Astrona dig up the grave.
I'm keeping lookout. I'm looking in all directions.
I am watching.
Alright, make a physical check, Jericho. At detriment 1 because of the mist.
Okay. That's one less dice.
That's one less dice.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Seems all clear. But as you guys, the rest of the Tattercoat Knights, begin to dig up the ground, eventually you find down here this coffin made of wood with like a heavy chain over it. You hear like pounding from the inside. Please, I'm in here. Let me out.
Hang on, hang on. We're here. We're here for you. We're helping.
Hello? Hello?
Hi. Hi. Just give me a second to figure out this chain.
Oh,
Augury, who is in there?
as you like focus in, Jericho, you get a vision of what appears to be like a figure with like this heavy cloak on. Uh, you see them walking through the mist. You see them digging a hole in this cemetery. And then you can see, like, generally them standing at the back of what appears to be like a funeral of some kind. And then another vision of them putting dirt over a coffin. And you can see multiple visions of them dig a hole, wait at the funeral, put dirt over the coffin. Then you are back to your body.
I have my hand on my gun as Estrana's trying to undo this latch.
Yeah, I'm working on trying to get the heavy chain off.
Gotcha. How are you trying to do that?
I mean, is it something that just looks like maybe it can be, yeah, so something that can be like shifted off, or like it requires cutting?
It seems to be like bound, like, and fastened together.
Like fastened. Okay.
Can I do a note in the sleeve about this graveyard?
Yes. This is the main official graveyard of the town of Lowfalutin. This is where, everyone is buried within the town, been here for generations.
I don't know if I can ask a follow-up question.
You can certainly try.
Aside from, like, local children and whatnot, is there a local legend about it being haunted?
I mean, probably. It's a graveyard.
Fair.
People are superstitious of the dead.
Yes, I assume the metal's probably stronger, but Destrana would try with her dagger just to cut it away.
Make a damage roll.
Damage roll. Okay. Oh, 2 damage.
You chip a little bit of the metal, but not by much.
What's your name?
My name? Snibs.
Yeah.
I'm the gravedigger here.
I attempt to write down Snibs in the notebook.
Gotcha. You write down Snibs. It says profession, gravedigger, age, 45, residence, Lowfalutin.
Just as a test, I ask it for a death date.
Does not have a death date, your notebook.
Okay. We'll put you in there.
Pixies.
Pixies, okay.
I've been working for them. Make a bit extra money on the side.
What have they been asking you to do, Snibs?
Collect different things they thought were valuable.
That include a pie, Snibs?
Yes. Just this morning.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I knew probably someone wanted to eat the pie, but being a gravedigger don't pay a whole lot.
Is there like a specific lock on this chain, or is it just wrapped?
It's just wrapped, but as you look closer, it's almost like it was magically fused together.
Like fused to itself, right? Not the coffin.
Yeah, like fused to itself.
Okay.
You said the base coffin is wood, correct?
Correct.
And is it like wrapped in all directions or just one direction?
It's wrapped in, like, it's not all directions, but it's a pretty secure fastening of the coffin.
Okay. So we can just like pull it off like lengthwise.
Yeah, probably not. You'd have to like bend the metal in order to get that done. Or the wood of the coffin, either or.
Sure.
Can I try to like physically pull the chain apart?
Sure, make a physical check.
Okay.
Can I help?
Sure. You can give the aid action if you're helping
I
to
would love to.
pull it off.
Does that give me like benefit 1?
No,
You
the aid action.
re-roll.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The aid action would be rerolls equal to Alfie's power score.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is 2 now.
Yes, it is.
It is 2. I'll reroll those 2. Can I use 2 hero points? Or would the
You've already rerolled
help
them.
action?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Then 2 successes.
Then you'd be able to like bend the metal of the chain a little bit, but it's still like not breaking. You are not stronger than its weakest link.
Hey, Astrana,
Yeah?
I know you're sort of just figuring it out. Could you try? Just give it your best shot to heat up the chain links? So it'd be easier to bend?
Sure. I can try doing it just a little. And Brana's gonna really put her heart into it and think fiery thoughts.
Okay. What you doing?
Her intention is just to heat the metal up, make it more pliable.
Gotcha. Using a power for that?
Or are you just thinking really hard?
Yeah, are you just thinking really hard? Because you can just
She's
do
a-
that for free.
She's attempting pyromancy 1. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's what she's trying to tap back into that.
Alright, make a damage roll.
Okay, that is with my mental. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
The dice love you.
I'm re-rolling those. Do I get a hero point back since this is a damage roll?
Yes.
Okay.
As you focus, your fiery thoughts don't create any fire, though, Astrana, as you just, like, really are sitting there trying to get it done.
I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry.
Are any portions of it slack, or is it all just super tightly wrapped?
Wait. Can we have give it eat one of the chains?
She can try.
Gibbet.
Meh.
And I'll kind of look over my shoulder for him. Would you mind trying to eat one of these chains? And I'll gently tap on the chain.
Meh.
You can see the squirrel, like, is orbiting your head. Make a spirit check at benefit 1 to see if you can communicate your intention to the gibbet.
Okay. Hey, 2 successes.
Meh.
As the gibbet, like, floats down, and you can see, like, it sniffs the chain, and then ka-chunk, takes a bite. Ka-chunk, takes a bite. I now need you to roll
Enough now.
a D100, Jamie.
Oh god.
As it continues.
Do I want high or low?
I mean,
We're figuring out what it makes.
yeah, it's kind of up in the air, if we're being honest.
Okay, I was worried that it was gonna be like how much it eats, and I was like, do I want a 1 or do I want 100?
Hmm.
Um, uh, 6.
It's Cirque du Monster all over again. It's just like Conan.
It
Oh Lord have mercy.
bites, and then you can see it kind of like backs up and goes, meh, 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 loop, and it just like spits up what appears to be this like pure red like dagger that just shoots into the ground in front of it. Just
Oh,
my
neat.
God,
I'll
is
pick
it-
that up.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
sure, you picking it up?
Yes.
Then you can add an Elder Blood dagger to your inventory. As you pick it up,
Holy
and
that?
you feel like something wrap around your arm.
Oh no, that's okay. I'm sure it's fine.
Great, Jamie with a cursed weapon. Let's see how this goes.
Another
New
one.
friend.
And it just kind of looks to you.
Are the
Meh.
Thank
have
you
enough
very
of the
much.
chains been eaten that we can unwrap this coffin?
Oh yeah, like it's fully eaten through the chains. It did its job.
I
Theoretically.
will
great.
pet him. I'll
Pop
hop
the
out
lid.
of the hole and pet the gibbet.
Gotcha. And you can see it just kind of like snuggles up to you.
Meh, 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 meh.
Oh.
I popped the lid.
As you pop the lid, you can see this mole man like tucked into the coffin. You can see his like clothes are a little bit tattered. Kind of looks up at you. Oh, what are all of you?
Tattercoat Knights, Snibs.
Oh, I fucked up.
Little bit, Snibs.
I just
Did
thought it was a
so
pie.
the Pix, so the Pixies, they took the pie and wrapped you in this coffin?
Well, they didn't. I guess they wrapped me afterward. I mean, I always bring the stuff to a certain grave. They come out and they pay me. This time, though, they said they needed me to dig a hole to bury some stuff in, and they were going to pay me some more money. So I came here and I dug the grave, and then they hit me in the back of the head. The next thing I knew, I was in this coffin. I dug my own grave.
Seems to be the case, Snips. Do you know where these Pixies go?
I
Come from?
For all I know, they come from that one grave. I've seen it open up a few times, the ground near there, but they said if I ever went down there, the deal was off.
Which grave?
I could lead you to it.
Please do, Snips.
Okay, sir. And he'll, like, climb out of the grave and will begin to lead you guys to the grave. Is there anything you guys are doing on the way to the grave? Or are you just walking
Checking
behind?
my gun.
Okay. Just nonchalantly checking your gun as you're walking behind this guy?
I'm walking side to side with this guy.
Okay. Side to side checking your weapon.
Uh-huh.
Make a spirit check at benefit 1. I know it's not intentional, but You are being very threatening right now.
Okay. 2.
2. You got Snips like quaking in his boots then. He's definitely a little high strung at the moment.
Deep breaths, Snips. Deep breaths.
Yeah, oh, yes sir. Yes sir. It's the grave right here. And eventually you guys kind of like stop at seemingly like this normal looking grave amongst the graveyard. The name on it is D Fire. Seemingly lived from 598 to 668 AR. And as
They
you're
use AR here.
they use AR.
I will attempt. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to attempt to write that name into my notebook.
Okay. Nothing comes up.
Figured not. And this is a grave, not like a mausoleum.
It seems to be a grave.
So, when did these pixies approach you?
Well, about 3 months ago. Now? I was talking to myself when I was digging, like I usually do, and they approached me, 3 of them, and talked if I needed some more money, that they would be willing to give me some if I got things that they needed. And first time, I said, no, I'm happy here. They came back again. I said, no, I'm good. But the third time, well, I had made a bet that I lost pretty bad. I needed some money. So I said, okay. I got the money, I paid it off, and then they came to me again, and I could live just a little bit better, I'm not doing as well as some people, but I could take a trip every now and then. And, if I'd never stolen big things, just random knickknacks that people left out, things that I didn't think they would miss. Nothing like, someone's prosthetic leg or a bunch of money or anything like that.
But these pixies, they pay you well?
Pretty well, yeah. Good enough, at least. Make it worth my while.
No seeming connection between the objects. No similar objects they asked you to take or take from a specific person.
No, not really. I mean, they have a preference towards metal objects, I guess. Things of, some value and quality, and, crafted items, things, antiques, that sort of thing. They do like those a lot. But usually I just get some old things that people are just throwing out.
Is this the first food you've been asked to take?
No, I've gotten some food before, but it's mainly been stuff that the butcher's thrown out or stuff like that. One time a pig really didn't sell well for whatever reason, and I just took the, what was left of the body and all the meat that was thrown out. It was pretty rancid, but they paid me real well for it.
This may sound odd, Snibs, but anything with mustard.
Yeah, some things kinda with mustard on it, but nothing, too big.
That's strange, boss, because I'm smelling a lot of mustard. Or like a mustardy substance coming from this area, boss. I'm sure about
Do
it.
you think we've found where it's coming from, Piero?
I think so, boss, but I don't know why.
All right. I turn to the group. All right, I want to play this.
I don't know. I don't really like messing with graves. I mean, Snibs was in danger. That was one thing, but if no one's in danger, it feels disrespectful.
Snibs,
Yes.
is this a real grave? Is there someone in here that's buried?
It opens, and I've never seen a coffin or anything like it in there.
It must be a
Seems to
front.
me it's just a patch of dirt, Estrana. But if you still feel objections.
I think she'll approach the grave, um, kind of lay a hand on it and say, do you fire if you're in there? I'm terribly sorry for disrupting your grave. I hope it's okay. We'll try to make this quick and, not mess anything up too badly.
As you touch the grave, you actually see, like, something at the bottom of the gravestone begins to glow. Astrana. Words.
It's your
Oh.
name and tomorrow's date.
I was thinking that. No, what are the words?
People make me, save me, change me, raise me. What am I?
Nistrana will read that out to the rest of the group.
Money?
Money?
Yeah,
The
are you
roof.
money?
Nothing happens.
It was make me, change me, raise me.
Save me, also. It's in the chat. Lives, maybe?
Snibs, do you usually open this, or do they open it?
Usually they open it. They whisper something, and there's usually a flash of some kind. They mess around at the bottom of this place.
Oh, can I take out a gold coin and kind of set it at the bottom near where the words are?
Sure. You set it at the bottom, and you watch as the dirt itself begins to part, revealing a staircase that goes down deeper into the earth.
Gotcha. Destrana will leave the coin there. She's not picking it back up.
Okay.
Okay, I guess. Are you guys ready?
You said there are 3 Snips?
3 of them, yep.
That's as many as you've ever seen.
I've only seen 3.
Do you know their names?
No.
Okay.
I take Piero off my shoulder and put him back in his pocket.
Gotcha. Put him back.
How's Henrietta feeling about all this?
Henrietta's just kind of like looking around. If you look at her, she'll go, "It's foggy here. Really foggy.
Yeah, it is.
Where's the sun?"
It's out there. We'll see it again real soon.
Okay. Still just keeps looking around.
Yeah, and Destrana's not like letting her on the ground right now, but she'll kind of keep her cradled and kind of feed her like a palm full of grain or something.
Gotcha. And she'll just be
Alright,
pecking at
folks.
it.
Now we're here, and I again ask, how are we playing this?
I guess we just ask for the pie back if they have it. If they haven't eaten it already.
Maybe ask them to stop stealing things. Or having other people steal things.
Yeah.
And if they put up a fight, we can take it from there.
Okay. Shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll start walking down the stairs.
All right, Gwyn in the lead. Who's up next?
First.
Okay.
We'll go after that.
But I want to make it clear that I am checking every step I take. I
Gotcha.
don't trust whatever this is.
That's fair. Then
Estrano will probably be towards the back of the group, still a little hesitant about going in, but a little reassured that, at least it opened for us. Probably a good sign.
I'll be sandwiched between Estrana and Alfie then. Triple A in the back.
okay. Then, as you progress down, firstly, Anya and Estrana would notice as Alfie starts going down here, their breath is visible here. Like, the air around their body is particularly cold. And, like, to the rest of you, it seems like things are getting hotter as you descend into the earth, which is a little strange. Now, for Gwyn, and I think Jericho, I'd like you to make mental checks. Gwyn, yours at benefit 1.
Alright.
Yeah, no successes.
I'm gonna use 2 hero points.
Okay.
Three successes.
Holy damn. Okay. As you are making your way down, it starts getting a little more musty down here. But it is a very particular kind of musty smell. One that, Gwyn, you are familiar with, because it's a kind of smell that you and your associates try to avoid at any cost. Because this musty, almost even mushroom-like odor is the result of oxidization of metal. It's rust. There's a lot of rusting metal somewhere down here. And as you continue to make your way down, at the bottom of the staircase, as all this kind of opens up, you see that there's like this great cavernous space ahead of you with all of this like rust on the ground, like lots of different particles. And the cave just kind of winds its way forward. What are you guys doing?
Well then. Must press on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I am still watching my step.
Still watching your step.
Looking at the rust, does it just seem kind of like it's just like scattered as something was moved through, or does it seem kind of like intentionally placed?
A little bit of both. Like, there are certainly paths through the rust. And it almost looks somewhat in places manicured. But in other places, just like piles and piles of just stuff. Almost like it's just like the accretion of materials over time. has created mounds of items and piles.
Gotcha.
But as you all kind of progress forward more, like the cavern would continue to open up just a bit, and ahead of you, you would see, Gwyn, something glittering, as it looks like this cavern is beginning to come to an end. And you do see like a series of gold coins and gems like glittering across the ground. And Jericho, as you're walking, you kind of like stop as you're paying close attention to where you're walking. And you can see something kind of like rising amongst like some of like the rust and debris. Like bone. But like large bone, Jericho. Incredibly large bone. I would like... Go ahead.
No, I tap everybody and point.
As you point, then, let's see here. Alfie, Jericho, Anya. Can all of you make a mental check?
2 successes.
For Thinky.
When I'm over here with our sheltered girl swag.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
Oh no, nothing.
Gotcha. Then, in this moment, as all of you are like progressing forward, and Jericho, you stop, you kind of push aside some materials, and a lot of bone here. And at first you're like, oh my gosh, like how many people were buried here? And then you begin to correct that statement. No, not how many. It's all connected. It's one. And you start counting the limbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Not 7. 6 and a tail. 6 and a... 2 successes, you know that to disturb a dragon burial site, Jericho, LeChance, is a death sentence to most. As you slowly begin to look up, tucked into the top of the cave, and slowly beginning to make its way down, you see this massive orange, almost rust-colored drake start to descend. And at this moment, from a chest, you can see a pixie just kind of clapping their hands as they see who's walked in. The dragon begins to eye you all. Who dares enter the lair of the Rustwing? Speak, or die slow.
Hello. We are the Tattercoat Knights.
Tattercoat Knights. I see. Were you the one who wove the sunlight?
We are not. No. We are here on that person's behalf.
On their behalf. Such a shame. What do you want?
We merely wish to ask several questions of the pixies that have made their home down here.
Only one pixie now. I had no need of the others when my disease was cured.
So they sold that for you then?
Indeed. A curse was put upon my person, but with the sunlight, I have been restored. Although, with those of your stature, perhaps I could offer you room in my service.
What was the curse? If we can ask, Sir Rustwing.
It rotted my flesh, shriveled my wings, took away my breath. I could not fly, I could not fight. But now, as my strength returns, I shall once again lay claim to this land, starting with this town.
When were you cursed? How long ago?
Months ago. But a blink of an eye in my lifetime.
Did someone curse you?
A curse. Yes. A dark mage cursed me. One who contested my territory.
I would like to, as nonchalantly as I can, go whisper over to Newton. Does any of this sound familiar to you?
Mr. Jericho, I don't know any of this. I'm not involved with Dragon. I was just trying to find the best fishing spot.
Hey, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. I just meant that Lofalutin was home to a dragon a few months ago.
No, he wasn't home to this guy. No.
Mr. Rustwing, what year is it?
777 AR, child. Do you take me for a senile beast?
No, not at all. I just, it seems awful hard to tell time underground. I know I wouldn't be able to.
That's because you are a feeble thing, with a mind like an ant. I have seen generations rise and fall. My knowledge spans far.
What is that?
What?
I'm asking you. What I can see is that.
It's like a tarp on the ground.
Okay, it's not covering anything, it's just on the ground.
Just on the ground, yeah.
Okay. So, you've been restored, and now you're starting your rulership over again.
Indeed. Returning to my height. My peak. I offer you this chance, Tattercoat Knights. Give to me your gold, and swear service to me. And I shall let you live out your days in my service.
One second. Hey guys, a quick huddle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, I don't think...
Come closer into the huddle.
So, I really don't like the fact that he wants to, lay waste to everything, and I don't really want to be in his service, but I don't think we can really just leave him, considering he's all healed now.
I mean, I agree, and I don't really want to be in his service, but I also don't think we can take him on.
Don't think so either.
I think Pastrana will kind of step out of the huddle and ask, Sir Rustwing, who's, who do these bones belong to?
An ancient ancestor of mine.
Okay, they would be D-Fire?
No, child. A simple, mocking joke. D-Fire. Dragon Fire.
Oh. That makes sense.
Who was the one that cursed you?
A mage who I will soon defeat and slay once my kingdom is restored.
Do you know where they are now? Since it's been a couple months.
I shall find them, child. Or perhaps, if you serve, you shall find them for me.
Does he look fully rejuvenated? Does he seem like peak of his health?
Make a mental check at benefit 1.
Okay. Would this be relating to animals, nature, weather, superstitions?
Yeah, it would.
Cool. At benefit 1. Wow. 3 successes.
3 successes. Looking at the scales, they seem to have lost a little of their sheen. The wings seem to be a bit emaciated. Definitely not at the height of its power. But depending on when it ate the pie, its power is certainly returning. If it was in a state where it couldn't fight at all, probably in a pretty bad way, this dragon. But it's gaining its power
Gotcha.
back.
Mm-hmm. I think Astrana will. You you seem like you're still kind of hurt. Maybe you should wait longer. Be, all fully healed up before you do anything.
Perhaps. But then again, this town is small. Its people meager. Once I collect their jewels and food, I shall regain my former strength even quicker. They are of no threat to me.
What if that mage is out there looking for you?
Hmm.
I don't know if you'd be able to take him on like this, unfortunately.
Do not doubt me, woman.
No, I'm just mean that if you were to wait a little longer here, maybe we can go looking for that man for you.
Hmm. I see. Not a bad idea. We would seal it with a pact then. I am an old creature. I would not allow myself to be betrayed. How do you think I kept the pixies in line? They are far more troublesome creatures than your kind, filled with the nature of betrayal and trickery.
You know, there are easier ways to get money and food than ruling people.
The rule of a dragon, the collection of its horde, its domination of a region. This is what we strive for. A horde one is truly a great horde. But I would need your decision, Tattercoat Knights. Will you join the fallen adventurers in my stomach? Or shall you live a life of glory as we build a new kingdom together?
When you made your pact with the pixies, did you promise not to eat any of them?
No, I did not.
Did you promise that they wouldn't come to any harm then?
No. Why would I make such a promise?
I'm just kind of surprised they didn't.
Out of the 5, 2 objected. The other 3 saw reason.
What do you plan on doing to the people here?
Enough! I want a decision, else I shall consume you first, girl. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, the decision is we cannot agree to follow you.
I see. Then you shall die.
As all of you watch as the Rustwing begins to rear up, its wings expanding, as from deep in its throat, Astrana, you watch as fire begins to build. As the Tattercoat Knights begin to draw their weapons, as they face down the legendary dragon known as the Rustwing. And it is here where we will end the session for today.
Yay.
As next week, a season finale.
Terrifying.
Yay! Thank you for the
Mrs.
session.
Pendergast makes a killer pie.
Yes, she spent a long time on it. She was really beat up about it.
I see why.
That's gonna suck when we have to tell her that her pie's gone.
Yeah.
Dragon ate it.
Hi, Dragon Nature Pie.
I'm sorry, but there's not really much we can do about it at this point.
I feel like when we come back and tell her that, it's like a Moon's Haunted vibe.
I was literally just thinking that. I was in the middle of trying to find it to make a little edited version.
Those kids are psychos.
Yeah.
They remind me of the kids in Disco Elysium.
Yes.
Oh, you're not wrong at all.
Oh my god, hey Dalton, have you played Disco Elysium?
Yes, I played Disco
We
Elysium.
will be talking about this at length.
Okay.
Actually, I called before we met them to Jamie that it would be really funny if they were like Kuno and Kuno S.
Wait. Oh boy.
I don't suppose we got to level up for finding out what happened to the pie?
No.
Okay.
Do we get
We get-
farmer's wisdom?
Do we get hero points?
What?
Sure, you guys can each get 3 hero points.
Yeah.
Oh
thank you.
shit! Yay!
Okay.
Can we have an extra hero point because it's St. Patrick's Day and most of us are probably Irish?
He gave us free hero points. Do you really want to push that?
Never mind.
Also, most of you aren't Irish, I don't believe.
I'm Irish enough to cover.
No.
I think I'd have a. I think my maternal grandpa might have been Irish. I don't know.
My
Someone
legal-
in the family is Irish.
My legal name is Shannon McConnell.
Yeah, what do you think?
British.
I think it's really fucked up of you to make that joke on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
I
really,
know.
what he could do.
Uh,
But also, you're
I'm-
not wrong because I am part English.
I'm
That's
85% Irish. I just checked my 23andMe.
Do you want to know what the British part of my family's last name is? It's the worst one.
What's that?
It's cocky.
Oh.
also, Snips was a mole, right?
Yes.
I love that his plan was, of course, I will make fake antlers and pretend to be a deer, and I will climb my way out, and no one will question it.
Well, he couldn't just go as himself.
Of course. No. Go as the most famous climbing animal, the deer.
Also, he climbed as a digging animal.
Yeah?
Yep, moles can climb, so can sloths.
That's great.
Oh, sloths are great climbers.
Sloths are great climbers, diggers, and swimmers. It's crazy, they're just like that.
Yeah.
They're triathletes.
They're not gonna medal, but yeah, they can compete.
You don't know they won't medal.
They
That's
do
presumptuous.
They do really well in the swimming. They just have to hope that whoever they're competing against cannot swim.